Well, this week we are celebrating National Etiquette Week, from our formal events to behaving well in public settings. If only it was as easy to teach our pets how to get such manners. Luckily, Mark Shambor from Canine Korral has stopped by with his own list of etiquette tips for keeping our canines in check. Well, welcome, Mark.
Oh, thanks for having me back.
We always like to start off with some photos of some of the dogs that are enjoying their time at Canine Korral, but these dogs have a special event that they're celebrating. Tell us about their honor.
Well, they're actually all graduates of the Canine Korral. They've taken one course or another. They've just become good citizens. Basic obedience to upper levels, which is the Canine
Oh, look at the graduate.
Some of them go way out to dress them up like Charlotte there. There's Cody. Some of the dogs, they're a little apprehensive about the caps, but most of them are okay with them.
And Canine Good Citizen is an actual designation that
it's a title.
It's a title.
Yep.
So Canine Korral provides that training?
Yes, it's actually a title that of a doctor with MD at the end. They would be CGC at the end of the dog's name.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Your
really
dog
cool.
would have initials at the end. I love it. But and I understand part of what you offer is they do have to go through kind of a checklist, which is perfect timing for our discussion about etiquette. So, we tease that it's hard to teach the pets etiquette, but when we're talking about pet etiquette, we're really not as much teaching the pets, are we?
It's the people. People think I'm sizing up the dog, but I'm sizing up the people and how I'm going to get across to them what they need to know without their egos getting in the way. A lot of times, I think that everybody that gets a dog should go through at least a basic obedience course. You're going to teach the dog, not to jump, 4 on the floor, keep those paws down, barking at people. There's nothing worse than a dog pulling somebody down, the road or the sidewalk, or these retractables. I like the retractable. If you go ahead and pull the end of that, that teaches your dog to pull. They're good if you lock them in place. I've actually tripped on one of those at the farmer's market where a lady had to go in across the walkway. So be careful and be mindful of other people when you're walking your dogs in public.
Well, we're very dog friendly here on the Suncoast, which I know we all enjoy, but that does mean that you encounter dogs most of the places that you go. So I know some people are afraid of their dog getting too excited or jumping up over either another dog or a person. At farmer's market's a great example. How should people greet the dog, or how should the dog greet others?
Well, the owner of the dog should have the dog sit. And you can teach that very simply by having the dog sit, and if a person is with you, just have them stop if the dog jumps off and have the dog sit again. Isn't that right? You sit really good. The other thing is people, if you're going to pet a dog, you should ask if the dog's friendly. Don't just go up to the dog and pet the dog. You should always ask if the dog is friendly and if you can greet the dog.
That's a very important one.
But dogs should be sitting, 4 on the floor.
All right, so
on the floor.
Obviously when we bring our dogs around, we have a lot of outdoor dining or doggy dining. When it comes to outdoor restaurants and having your animal, what are some things that we as pet owners should know?
Well, there's nothing better than taking your dog out to a restaurant.
Yes.
What we teach is we teach a place command where you roll up a rug or a yoga mat, take it with you, roll it out, have your dog place, and stay there while you're eating. And if you're really good and the dog is really good, you can go to the salad bar and come back and the dog will still be there. It's a really good command. It's a very good command.
So you bring the mat with you and then the dog
you
always
just
knows to sit.
roll it up. You don't want to big cushions, just something simple.
And it works great at home for doorbells.
The front
I know
door.
we worked with Place, because
We've
that's
done
a
that
really
here.
hard time, as you've taught us.
Keeping the dog away from the front door.
We have a lot of dog parks, especially a new one right in our area. When it comes to bringing the dog to the dog parks, you have a couple tips.
Well, the first thing is it's not a social hour for the people. It's a social hour for the dogs. Don't be on your cell phone and don't be having big parties while the dogs are playing, because the dog should be monitored. Watch your dog. Don't let your dog bully another dog. Sometimes that happens and the people, they're just playing. And it might not be that way. And you may see it differently than the other people. Don't have a leash on your dog when it's in the dog park. That makes your dog vulnerable. That could actually cause a problem with another dog. Your dog may feel vulnerable and go after another dog for that simple reason. Leashes should be off. It's not a place for leash. That's a sidewalk. Dog park is off leash.
I didn't know that.
I've heard not to bring toys to the dog park
Toys,
as well.
treats, they can become possessive. Treats, if they smell you, they're going to be all around you. Your dog may resource guard the treats. Again, that's not a place for treats at all. Treats, leashes. Be real mindful of Yeah, you're getting bored.
He's bored.
Like, really?
He's gone through all this training.
Look at him looking at you. Hello.
What about the dog's got to go potty? We take our dog out if we have our dog out for the long day. What should we as pet owners do about potty breaks?
Okay, you need to potty your dog in a common area. Don't potty your dog in somebody's yard. And more yet, pick up after your dog.
Oh, gosh,
Oh,
yes.
yes.
Spencer's got a poopy bag right here. If he goes bathroom, I pick it up. And that's the whole thing, is that you need to be mindful of that. In fact, some apartment complexes make you do the DNA of your pet, so that if they find that dropping and they take it out,
Yep, we have
you
talked
can
about
get
that.
fined.
Busted.
Yeah. So
Oh.
just it's common courtesy. Not everybody likes pets either. So
Right.
you want to make sure that when you're in public, your pet should be mindful, should not be in other people's places. Dogs have a comfort zone. Don't let them just go up to another dog. Ask.
Great tips. Thank you so much. Great stuff at Canine Korral. If you would like more information about your pet needs, including daycare, boarding, and the training for the Canine Good Citizen, you can find all that information on Canine Korral's website, caninekorralsrq.com. Next, we learn about a brand new partnership to benefit Habitat for Humanity.